Ghost of Yutei is the second part of the best-selling action-adventure series set in feudal Japan. In 1603, Atsu sets out on a journey in the lands surrounding Mount Yutei.
They started doing a lot sooner is charging their controller using the bottom EXT port. In case you didn't know, just like the PS5 DualSense, you can also charge your DualShock 4 using the somewhat mystery port on the bottom of the controller. And instead of spending money on a pack of replacement micro USB cables, you can invest in a cheap charging station for the exact same price. I actually ended up purchasing a couple different PS4 charging stations for myself, and the most affordable one was only $13 on Amazon, which is literally almost the same price as a pack of new micro USB cables. I wanted to compare two really cheap alternatives to the original DualShock 4 charging station, which is very expensive and almost impossible to find. It turns out both chargers I purchased from Amazon worked just as well, but I was particularly impressed by a charging dock from this brand called Oivo. I think that's how you say it. For just $13, the quality is pretty decent, and it's similar to the original in both shape and size. The Power A dual charging station was good, but it was more expensive and kind of clunky in comparison to the others. Overall, if I had to pick one, it would definitely be the original Sony charging station. Unfortunately, they no longer make it, so it's pretty difficult to purchase. But for anyone currently looking for a better way to charge your PS4 controller, the charging dock from Oivo gets my top recommendation. Now you know that you can help your PS4 controller and USB cables last longer by simply charging your controller from the EX.
Just go to the google.com and search bar, type PS4 Windows download. Then click on PS4 Windows download. Click on download. Then click on download again. Then it will download in DS Windows file in zip format. Okay, it will download in download form. Go there. See, right click on this one, extract the file. You see the yellow folder here. Double click on this folder. Double click here again. You see the DS Windows application type here. Once you double click on this one, DS window, you will see this again. Okay, you have to click on this and download now. Then you will see here, it will download the exe file here. Let him download first. Once done, click on the open file again. Okay, you have to install this Windows desktop runtime. Okay, click on the next. Then click on yes again. Then it will download the Windows desktop runtime. Okay, close this one. And now you have to close all the tabs one by one. Then you double click on this one, DS Windows again. Click on yes. Then you will see here DS Windows application here. Okay. You have to install the driver here. Click on the driver. It will download here. Then what you have to do? Go all time down and click on the finish. Then go here again. Click on the next. Agree the terms and conditions. Then click again. Next install. Then install the software. Okay. Click finish. Now you will see you will get the controller here. Okay, the controller DS Windows EXE application software here. Now you have to connect your controller, either it's a PS4 or PS5, using USB. One of the part is connected to the computer and the one other is connected to the controller. Okay, once you connect it, now you have to look on the screen. The DS window application is open. Click on the user custom files. User custom files. Select the color using mouse cursor. There are many different colors you can select using the mouse color. It's green, red, whatever color you wish to select. And whenever you install on your controller, you'll get that color on your controller light bar. Now you have to close all the tabs on your computer and close this one. And I try my best to make this video. If you like the video, please subscribe and share the video. Thank you very much.
PlayStation 6 is coming, and it's packing some insane new features you'll love. First, lightning-fast SSD 2.0 storage, 5 times faster than PS5. Say goodbye to loading screens for good. Plus, AI-powered performance mode that auto-optimizes graphics for every game you play. 20 degree. The new DualSense Ultra controller includes adaptive triggers with 360-degree haptic feedback. You'll feel every explosion, hit, and drift.
And yes, PS6 supports 8K resolution, cloud gaming, and even mixed reality gameplay. The future of console gaming is here.
So, what do you think of the PS6? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more PlayStation updates.
One of the last step is to connect your PS4 controller to PlayStation. Is rebuild database. It will fix the issue unless your PS4 controller is broken or dead. Make sure all of your PlayStation cables are connected, including controller via USB cable. Now just hold the PlayStation button for 5 seconds. Once you listen second beep, your PlayStation will enter in a safe mode. Using controller arrow key, select rebuild database. Rebuilding the database on PS4 does not delete your games, save data or user profile. It fixes corrupted data, improves performance, and can reduce system lag, freezing, or loading issues. If you like the video, please subscribe for more informative videos. Thank you.
Hellfirens, give your PS4 PS5 controller to new and fancy look with this Spider-Man grips. Today I will tell you how to install Spider-Man thumb grips on PS4 PS5 controller. It's very easy to install and remove within less than a minute from your PS4 PS5 controller. These grips are waterproof and long-lasting. It will increase your controller life and give them beautiful look. These soft case protects your device from scratches and dust. Please subscribe with us for more informative videos.
Step 1. Install HTTP injector application. If you want to share VPN from your home Wi-Fi, make sure both console and phone are connected to the same router. Step 2. If you want to share VPN with 4G SIM card connection, first turn Wi-Fi hotspot on your phone and connect your console to your phone hotspot. Step 3. Connect to a VPN. Step 4. Open HTTP injector on your phone. Tap I understand. Click OK. Go to Tools tab and then select Tethering Tools. Select Hotshare Non-Root. Go to Step 2 and start Hotshare. You will find the two IP addresses here in a port. number on PS5 or PS4, you need to go to Settings, press Options, and select Advanced. Settings, go to Proxy Server and change it to use enter the IP address and the port that the application gave it to you. Connect and test the internet connection to make sure that the proxy is working. If you like the video, please subscribe. Connection to make sure that the proxy is working. If you like the video, please subscribe.
Just hold the PS button for 10 seconds until it powers off, then reconnect the micro USB and press the PS button to pair it with the system. If the issue only happens with a certain controller that you own, you can try resetting that controller to your system. Simply go to your settings, then choose devices, then select Bluetooth devices, and then go through your list and forget your DualShock for controllers. Once you forget them in your system memory, you can then resync them back to your console. Just reconnect the micro USB and hold down the PS button. Next thing that you can try is simply doing a reset on the controller. Locate the small reset button on the back of the controller, and then use an unfolded paperclip or similar device to press on the hidden button. Gently press the button for at least 5 seconds and then let go. Now connect your controller back to the PlayStation and press the P. Next, just restart the PlayStation. If this doesn't work, then the issue could be with the charging cable itself or the USB port on your console. You can try using a different micro USB cable or a different USB port on your PlayStation and see if it helps. Another problem could be that the charging port on your controller is either dirty or damaged, so you should inspect it yourself to see if this could be the issue. Now connecting your controller with USB cable to computer to see if it's recognized the controller, you can try seeing if your controller pairs to your phone. To do this, hold down the PS button and the share button at the same time until the light bar flashes white. Now you can look through your available Bluetooth devices on your phone and see if it shows up. If all else fails, you might have to replace the controller, but hopefully one of these solutions will fix your issue. Please let us know if it's helpful in problem. If you like the video, please subscribe with us. How to solve unrecognized disk issue. It works 99 times. Grab your disc, Battlefront 2 in this case, take your PlayStation up, move the PlayStation to 180 degree, then move to other side 180 degree. Put the PlayStation down, tap that PlayStation gently few times on top of PlayStation, give it a couple flicks, then tap on PlayStation few times and make him stand vertical. Now just see on the screen, it will load the game. If you like the video, please comment and subscribe for more.
Hello my friends, give your PS4 PS5 controller
a new vibe and improve your gameplay by choosing thumb grips that fit your style and needs. These thumb grips provide extra padding, reducing finger fatigue during long gaming sessions. These improve the texture of the joystick, preventing slipping and giving you better control. These thumb grips, as you can see, come in various colors, designs, and materials, allowing you to personalize your controller to match your style. To protect the original joystick from wear and tear, extending the life of your controller. These grips are soft and flexible. These are easy to install and provide a snug fit, offer better control for precision movements, especially.
Ghost of Yutei is the second part of the best-selling action-adventure series set in feudal Japan. In 1603, Atsu sets out on a journey in the lands surrounding Mount Yutei, an area filled with sprawling grasslands, snowy tundras, and unexpected dangers. Ghost of Yutei comes to PS5 in 2025. Assassin's Creed Shadows is an upcoming action role-playing game set in feudal Japan. This vast open world is full of unexpected discoveries and wonders at a time when beauty, serenity, and tradition clash with treachery, violence, and war.
Access to Mexico's side.
Death Stranding 2 On the Beach is an upcoming action game by legendary game creator Hideo Kojima. Join them as they traverse a world beset by otherworldly enemies, obstacles, and a haunting question: should we have connected?
Just like with Mexico, they want to bring new regions into the network.
Doom: The Dark Ages is the prequel to the critically acclaimed Doom and Doom Eternal, and the third installment of the modern Doom series. A single-player action FPS that tells the epic cinematic origin story of the Doomslayer's rage.
Okay, you better get ready, because I'm about to show you Hazelight's next co-op adventure called Split Fiction. Now, let me tell you this, get ready for a ride. You play as Mio and Zoe, two aspiring writers that hope to get published by a new tech company that can simulate their stories to life.
I can't do this.
Please, calm down. It's time.
No!
Accidentally, they end up in the same simulation.
What are you doing in my story? Something bad is going on here.
And there, they find out that their stories are about to get stolen.
No one escapes my simulation.
And in order to save them, they have...
If you liked the video, please subscribe and leave us a comment.
To That's right, you just stand in front of the camera and you'll automatically log into your console. Activating it is quite easy. To do it, just go to the settings menu, select login settings, and activate the facial recognition option. To finish, follow the instructions on the screen. Search the internet for all the information about each hidden trophy, but if you go to the trophy list of your game, look for the hidden trophy and press square. It will show you the information on what you need to do to get that specific trophy. Let's call them VIP friends. If you want the PlayStation to notify you when these VIP friends online, you can do it. You just have to press the triangle button on your friends list and select your favorite friends. How to make the image bigger? The PlayStation can help you by zooming in so everything looks a little bit bigger. You only have to activate the zoom option in the accessibility menu, and to use it, press and hold the PlayStation button plus square. The first step is to completely turn off your PlayStation. That means not to put it on rest mode, but to completely turn it off. You will also need to connect your controller to the console through the USB cable and keep the PS button pressed until you hear the power on sound twice. There you select the option to rebuild the database and you will notice the difference in speed in your console. And no, this will not erase your games or saves since this is an official procedure. Do you want it to remap your controller buttons to other buttons for certain games? Well, now you can just go into your accessibility button, assignments, and now you can customize and reassign them to your... People don't know that if you hold down the PS button for 10 seconds, it completely disconnects and turns off your PS4 controller. Here's one that will actually save you a lot of battery life on your PS4 controller. If you go into your controller settings, you can set the DualShock light bar to dim and also turn the speaker volume all the way down. Doing this will significantly increase the battery life of your controller. If you like the video, write us comments and subscribe with us for more informative videos. Here's how to navigate your PS4 menu screen as quick as possible. Just use the L1 and R1 buttons to skip from left to right. Need to get to your game's library as quick as possible? Well, now you can. Just hit the R1 button and you're there. Most people know that you can use the touchpad or your smartphone to type messages, but a lot of people seem to forget that you can tilt to type. Just press the R3 button when the keyboard pops up and start typing. I hope you're better at this than I am. I mentioned this one in my last video, but it's so good that it's worth mentioning again. If you don't want your friends seeing you go online when you log into your PlayStation, just hit the options button before you log in and select login with offline status. Here's an easy trick that lets you quickly switch between applications. Just double tap the PS button and it takes you back to where you were. Need to go back to your messages? No problem. Just double tap. It's that easy. Most people don't know that if you hold down the PS button for 10 seconds, it completely disconnects and turns off the controller. You can also hold down the PS and share button at the same time to activate Bluetooth pairing. This will let you use your controller with a smartphone, computer, or tablet. This next one actually shows you when your PlayStation controller is done charging. If you go into your settings and enable power to USB and rest mode, your light bar flashes orange while it's charging, and as the charge increases, the flashing slows down until it completely turns off when it's done. Now you'll know when that spare controller is ready to be used again. Here's one that will actually save you a lot of battery life on your PS4 controller. If you go into your controller settings, you can set the DualShock light bar to dim and also turn the speaker volume all the way down. Doing this will significantly increase the battery life of your controller, so you should do it right now. This next trick lets you take quick screenshots with no delay or lag whatsoever. Just go into your sharing and broadcast settings, then select share button control type and choose easy screenshot. Now you can click the share button and get an instant screenshot. If you do this, you'll never miss that special moment again. Here's how you can use your controller to zoom up on things that you might not be able to see. Just go into your settings, accessibility, and enable the zoom feature. Now you can press the PS and square button at the same time to zoom in, use the left analog stick to move around, and then press the circle button to cancel. Have you ever wanted to remap your controller buttons to other buttons for certain games? Well, now you can. Just go into your accessibility, button assignments, and now you can customize and reassign them to your liking. Last but certainly not least, this one does a hard reset for troubleshooting and fixing any issues that you might be having with your controller. Just use a paperclip or toothpick to hit the small reset button on the back of the controller, hold for at least 5 seconds, and then let go. Hopefully this fixes your issue. But there you guys have it. Those are all of the tips, tricks, and secret features that I know about the PS4 controller. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful or at least interesting. And if you did, make sure to leave a like rating on the video, comment below to let me know what you think, and as always, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for post notifications. I'll see you guys in the next video.
We are on the brink of a new year, and with the new year comes new games. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on Game Ranks, the top 10 new games of the first half of 2025. At number 10 is Sid Meier's Civilization 7, the latest 4X extravaganza from Fire Access Games. Now, I'm not going to say this is like a major departure for Civilization, but they've added quite a few interesting things. First, ages. You have antiquity, exploration, and modern periods. In between each, there's crisis points where you have to decide what elements that you keep from the previous age as you move into the next. I do think that's a pretty cool sounding idea. It also is going to allow you to do some weird alternate history stuff. An example I have seen in the leaders in civilization swapping, like Benjamin Franklin of revolutionary United States fame, building the Great Wall of China. At the heart of it, though, it's still Civilization. If you like previous games, I'm sure you're not going to be particularly out in the cold with what's going on here. But these are some interesting ways of mixing up the formula that I think honestly sound good. They could not be good. I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, great ideas can be executed well, and bad ideas can turn out better than you expect. So we'll have to wait for the pudding to see if the proof is in it. Civilization 7 is coming to PC, and when I say PC, I mean Windows, Mac, and Linux. It's coming to the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and Nintendo Switch as well, all on February 11th. At number 9 is Assetto Corsa Evo. You might be aware of the beloved racing simulator. It's a franchise that's been going on a while. This is the open world one. The map they've created for this one is supposedly over 600 square miles. It takes place in Nürburgring. It's real world terrain, supposedly. I don't know if it's 600 square miles of Nürburgring that are specifically recreated or if it's areas that have been combined into a map. I don't know that. I do know that the developers have a proprietary engine that they have been working on. This game's going to have a day-night cycle, dynamic weather, and apparently advanced vehicle physics. Now, as you know, vehicle physics are kind of lackluster in racing games as a whole now, whether that's arcade or simulation. So I'm interested to see exactly what they mean by enhanced vehicle physics. This one's going to have VR support as well, which I think is a good thing. Assetto Corsa Evo is coming to PC via early access, at least at first. It is going to land on PS5 and Xbox Series later, but January 16th is where you're going to see it pop up on Steam for your purchase. And number 8 is the first Berserker, Kazan, a action RPG developed by Neopol, or Neopol. I don't know how to say it. I don't want to say nipple, though. They're not going to make me. It's published by Nexon, though. It's allegedly a hardcore action RPG, and it's set in the Dungeon Fighter Online universe. Dungeon Fighter Online has been going since 2005, although we in the West didn't get it until 2015, 10 years in. This is a single-player game. It is a prequel set 800 years before, what you could do in Dungeon Fighter Online now. And it's about the first Berserker, of course, Kazan. It's kind of a cool idea, and if it turns out to be, I would guess this will become a franchise pretty quickly on account. Dungeon Fighter Online's been going for nearly 20 years at this point, has a built-in audience, and a lot of those people also like single-player games, me in particular. I have played Dungeon Fighter Online. I don't ongoingly play Dungeon Fighter Online, but I'm familiar enough that this definitely piques my interest, and also the footage looks pretty sweet. The first Berserker Kazan is coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and PC on March 27th. However, if you want to play it earlier and without paying any money, a demo is coming out on January 16th, and all the save data is transferable to the full game. I love that companies are doing this, to be frank. It's something that gets me in the door immediately. I am supportive of it. Like, demo culture was basically gone for a very long time there, and it really provides a good way to get people into your game. The flip side is you have to prove it's a good game, but for consumers, that's obviously great. I'm pretty excited about this one. First Berserker Kazan looks pretty cool. Moving on to number 7, it's Killing Floor 3, the latest installment in the co-op first-person shooter series. This one actually takes a pretty big jump where Killing Floor 1 and 2 are set in the sort of near future. This one jumps to 2091. And the reason for that is to plop you into a more dystopian, crazier world where Horzine is more powerful and the Zeds are much more advanced. I think from a gameplay perspective, it's probably a good idea because it gives them a lot of excuses to kind of go full maximalist in everything. It's a bit of a new direction, although it doesn't look supremely different from Killing Floor 1 and 2. They're touting new enemy AI in this game, which I think is good. I just love that we've gone back to talking about how good enemy AI is. Now, it's probably a result of all the AI hype, but if that gives us good NPC/enemy AI in games, I'm all for it. I don't care why, I just care that it's happening. But here's some good news for everybody who's got buddies with different consoles or platforms. Killing Floor 3 is going to have 6-player co-op, and it's cross-play across all of the platforms it's on, so PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. It doesn't have an exact date, but Killing Floor 3 is going to land in March. I'm pretty excited for it. It looks great. Looks like a big upgrade, and who wouldn't want that? And number 6 is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. As you know, the original game has gotten a lot of praise, acclaim for being a very immersive and realistic game. It doesn't look like they're switching direction. In fact, it looks like they're even more leaning into that commitment to realism. And I particularly like that they're doing that in the combat mechanics, as opposed to just being like, well, it's more unforgiving and that's more realistic. They're talking about the swordplay being much more fluid. They're talking about refining the archery system. And as a byproduct, they might be a little less forgiving. But the idea is to make them more realistic as opposed to just harder. I don't know, some developers seem to have this weird belief that harder equals more realistic, and that's definitely not true. We'll see if it ends up being harder, I don't know. This one's actually got 2 distinct maps, so the world is quite a bit bigger. In fact, nearly double, because both maps are apparently roughly the size of the original's single map. I don't know, in a lot of ways, it really seems like this is a large upgrade from the first game. And if you enjoyed the first game, I'm sure it's going to be worth playing when it comes to PS5, Xbox Series, and PC February 4th. Moving on to number 5, it's Atom Fall, a single-player survival action game by Rebellion Developments. This one's set in alternate history, 1960s Britain, where things went awry following the 1957 Windscale nuclear disaster. A real event, but also the point of divergence for the alternate history of the game. It's 5 years later, you're a lone survivor, and you're in a quarantine zone. That setup might give you stalker vibes, but it's a little more oriented towards the sort of crafting and survival elements. It's not like a sandbox per se. It's a little more narrative driven, at least from the looks. I could be wrong. The combat looks fairly even-handed between melee and ranged, and looks nothing like Stalker. Like I said, the setup's kind of similar sounding, except for in Britain. But the game doesn't look particularly similar. Atomfall is going to land on the PlayStations, the Xboxes, PC, and Xbox Game Pass on March 27th. Moving on to number 4, it's Assassin's Creed Shadows, the 14th major installment of the, story series. Let's be clear, there are some that are better than others. This game is stirring up a little bit of controversy, but if you look into what they're actually trying to do with it, I'm interested in the outcome more than the speculation. Obviously, it could be a big heaping pile of dog shit. We don't know. But Ubisoft has been saying they're leaning towards the more traditional Assassin's Creed style gameplay, which is kind of what I want to see in Assassin's Creed at this point. I like the open world stuff. I made it clear that I think both of the types of Assassin's Creed games are good. I like the old school kind just a little better, but I'm also kind of hesitant to lose the open world stuff completely. And this seems like it's very in line with what I want from an Assassin's Creed. I mean, Ubisoft has kind of painted it like a bridge between old school and new school, leaning a little bit closer to old school. I think Mirage is probably a pretty good precursor as to what exactly they're doing here. You got more stealth, more assassination, more parkour focus. They're saying that the story missions are going to be a little more linear and focused, while at the same time putting you on a pretty big map. You got Kyoto, Osaka, Iga, you got lots going on. Like I said, they've been describing it basically as what I want from Assassin's Creed at this point. So despite whatever arguments people are having about it, it has the potential to be a good game. Now, again, I will say that doesn't mean it's going to be a good game. However, I have some hopes for it, and I will definitely be playing it. Assassin's Creed Shadows is coming out February 14th, Valentine's Day. It's going to be coming to PS5, Xbox, PC, and iPad, like I said, on Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's! And number 3 is Avowed, a first-person RPG coming to us from Obsidian, taking place in the Pillars of Eternity universe. I'll go ahead and say this. I'm just basically completely excited at the prospect of the people who were in charge of New Vegas making a game that looks somewhat like Skyrim. Not necessarily entirely, obviously. There's a lot of specifics to Pillars of Eternity that I'm sure will set it apart. And it's also not just a full-on open-world game. I think it's more of an open zone game. I don't know how, but Sonic Frontiers actually managed to make it so people say open zone. But I guess it's actually a decent description of what it is. They're not levels, but it's not an open world. An open level doesn't sound right. Level implies a certain amount of linearity, so I don't know why I'm getting hung up on this. Avowed looks great. It's Obsidian doing this type of a game. There's factional stuff that we know.
PlayStation 6 is coming, and it's packing some